Lee from coloringqueen.net, and today I'm probably the last to the party, but I'm going to do the 10 books to finish tag, and it's definitely not 10 books to finish in 2021. So this tag was created by another little piece of my art, and I will link her channel in the description box below this video. So the first book that I would really like to finish is the Book of Mandalas adult colouring book. I don't believe it's available anymore. I think Evelyn has rebranded into a different name, but she's from Hungary, and it was one of the first books that I got from Etsy, and I've been colouring this since 2016, so it's been a while, and that was coloured in Tombow markers from memory, so still in 2016. So I used to colour these pictures sometimes before I went to work, and going through a pretty stressful time, and so like 15 minutes before work I just sort of start to colour a bit of these at the kitchen counter, not even sitting down or anything fancy like that. And you know, then I got to know Evelyn, and I actually got a fabric cushion from her, which I coloured in with Inktense, and you can see that video on here. And that cushion is still going strong. When we moved, I accidentally washed it, and I was so grateful that I did, because the Inktense is still holding up really well from like 4 years ago. So I don't have that many pictures to finish. There's some that I'd probably like to go back to and sort of tart up a bit, but they're all done with mainly Tombow markers. So not that many to go, and I'll have finished the book. I really don't know what to do with this one. I've never coloured a dream catcher, so I've got no idea what to do with that one. So that's why I left it. I'm not sure about this one either, so I left it. Or this one. So yeah, 3 or so, 4 or so pictures to go, and I'll have finished this one. So the next one I want to finish is The World of Flowers by Joanna Basford. And what I did with this one is I've been going through tutorials. So this is one that I followed from Julie's Passion for Colouring, and this one was just my own. And when I finish them, I'm going to get another book, because I made a mistake on the title page. I had this great idea of diluting my Brusho granules and sort of put it on there, and another one from Julie's Passion for pencils. And this one was from Jazz Funk with Crayolas. And anyway, I made a hot mess, and it was so disgusting, and I cut the page out. So once I go through all the tutorials that I find for World of Flowers, then I'm going to buy another book and just do my own thing. So I think another one from Julie. She's very easy to follow. And I use different pencils with each one. This is Chris Chang, Prismacolors, I think. So yeah. So even though this is from Peter Hewitt with Jane Davenport pencils, so I've been writing down here which pencils I used and trying to use different pencils on each page. The poor thing is very well loved. This one was a Julie's again, and I used the Derwent Colour Soft on that. Sometimes I don't really follow the tutorial, I decide not to and go my own way. So I've still got quite a few to do. This one's my own idea, Spectrum Noir pencils, and this one was from Colouring in the Midst of Madness with W.H. Smith pencils. And those Spectrum Noir pencils sort of came through on the other side. So I've got a few to go, but I'd really like to finish that so I could do another one with my own ideas on it. So this is the World's Cutest Animal colouring book by Lulu Mayo, and I have some picture. I made a big mistake there with some textures, so I'm gonna have to work out how to fix that up one day. So I've been just using the colour inspiration picture and then colouring myself. Mainly used Colleen pencils in this book, and that was from 2017, so been at it for a while. So it's pretty cute. I don't have that many pictures to do. I don't know. Oh, I'm seeing more and more now that I go through it. I thought I had less to do than this. Oh well. More good times coming. It's such a cute book. It's so easy to colour in. It's meant to be for kids, but you know, I don't care. I'm a big kid. And they're just basically solid colour. There's nothing fancy here. I've actually got more to do than what I thought, so oh well, hopefully I'll get it finished one day. Yeah, it's such a cute book, and I'll put the link to it below the video and my review of it. Next one is Twilight Garden. I've got a couple of copies of this one, and got a Dutch edition and 2 of the English editions. And this is the one I think that I'm following along the tutorials. So that was Chris Chang, I believe. And another one from Chris Chang. So often I'll have a couple of books, and I'll follow along on the tutorials and then get my own to use my own inspiration. So this was my own little thoughts. But yeah, I've got heaps to do in this one. Oh, I've forgotten to finish that one by the looks of it. So heaps to do, but I love the book, so hopefully I'll get it finished soon, or at least in the next decade. This one is the Deming's colouring book. It's from Korea, and he actually has another colouring book out at the moment as well, which is a lot more gothic based. This one is fairy tales, and the only picture I've done is the Pippi Longstocking, but I really want to do a lot more in it. It's such a beautiful book, and his new one is similar sketchy style, but it's a lot more surreal and a little bit creepy. There's that one. This one's Wild Soul by Grazia Salvo. Now, I really didn't think that I would like this book because I'm not really into colouring animals, i.e. I don't know how. But I gave it a shot and I really love this book, and funnily enough, it's one of my favourite books, and I never really thought I would like it at all. So there you go. So the first picture I did was the flamingo, and we've got peacock. I've still got lots to go, but I noticed that there's been a lot of tutorials for this, so I'd like to give some of those a crack. And this is the giraffes. I think I've still got something to do on that one. But yeah, so many gorgeous pictures in this one. The leopard, I put the trees in the background myself because it looked a little bit plain. So little tree branches. But yeah, I love that book. It's so gorgeous. Now, just changing tact for a bit, we've got Spiralscopes, and I've completed a couple of these books. I find them really relaxing. I know some people hate them, but I just find them very relaxing. So this one, I haven't done many in at all, but I've already posted, I think, on YouTube 2 whole completed books. I think my pen must have run out or something. So yeah, this one I've got lots to do. So that's the World Landmarks. Now this one's the Velveteen Rabbit, and this was actually a gift, and it's only a pretty small book, well, actually, because it's got the story of the Velveteen Rabbit, which I wasn't familiar with until I received this book. But you know, I love bunnies, and these are sort of grayscale and very sketchy. They're the artwork of the late Charles Santor, and I really want to colour that one in. And then number 9 is Eriy's new colouring book, Fairy Tales Around the World. And I haven't coloured any pages in for this, just used the book to test out some mediums when I reviewed it. But I love fairy tales, and I really want to colour this one in. And then my 10th book is a digital download, so I don't have an actual physical copy of it, but I'll put it on screen. It's the Jade Summer Colour by Number Mandalas. And I know people hate mandalas, people love them, hate them, whatever. And I know some people love colour by number and hate colour by number, and that's all good, you know, you do you. I find them very relaxing sometimes. And so I bought the Colour by Number Mandala book by Jade Summer, and I just print out the pages as I feel like it. And I just find them very relaxing. So there's my 10 books to finish. It's certainly not going to be 2021. If you know me, you know I colour as slow as a wet week. But that's it on my list. There are heaps more books that I would actually like to make a start in. So 10 books to start in might be my hashtag. But that's it from me. Until next time, stay safe and happy colouring.